rather than a normal mail bag where we open all these up and pretty much do nothing with them, I'm going to open these up one at a time. So they'll go back into the box and then we'll open them up and we'll do something with them straight away. The Dirty Dozen number 3. What is this? 2 things or 1 thing? Yeah, let's have a look. Some sort of module. Oh, I think this is 2 things the same. Looking at, yes, 2 things the same, and it's some sort of display with 3 digits, and it's got a connected to a mini ultrasonic tester. It says mini ultrasonic. Okay, yes, I do think I know what this is. So I think you put an ultrasonic detector in here, and a little module there, you know, with it sort of transmits ultrasonic and then receives, and then I think this guy interprets that and maybe produces a distance of how far the sensor is away. On the top we have, I don't know if I can read that. Let's zoom in a little closer. So something's doing all the work down there, and it is Nuvoton N76E003A there. That means nothing to me. So some chip's doing all the hard work. So probably power through here. There's no cables that come with it though. So let me get an ultrasonic tester and we will hook it up and I guess see if it works. So I'm going to be a little brave here, or stupid. I don't know what voltage it receives. I'm going with the assumption it's 5 volts. So let's give it 5 volts. And we have nothing. Well, that's not good. Let's just check that. So that's yellow would be ground and VCC. Well, that's not good. Let me get a multimeter here, because it should be the same. Here's VCC here. Maybe I should hook it up to those pins. Maybe that's not. Yeah, not getting anything there. All right, so I'm going to hook that up to those pins instead. I'll turn that off. Let's try. So this is VCC, and this is ground. All right, the moment of truth again. Nothing. Oh, it might help to actually turn that. Oh, that's so stupid. Does that mean that this one probably works? So I had one part of the power supply on, but not the other. So yeah, folks, this is quality. This is quality. Yes, look at that. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so then all we need is, so it looks like 5 volts is going to be okay. All we need is, I've got a piece of card here, so let's see how this goes. We could probably actually measure it using the centimeters on a ruler. So I'm not sure if it's calibrated for which portion of that board, but let's say it's the front. So maybe if we do it this way, yeah, that might make more sense. I mean, it's sort of upside down back to front, but that's okay. So this should be 11 and it's 12. Okay, so maybe if I then go this way. So if we go to 11 and we get 10, 11's pretty good. Let's go to 15. That's not bad. Yeah, look, I'll pay that. It's in the ballpark. And then as we bring it closer, you can see how that actually affects it. Yeah, nice little module. What can we use it for? It looks like we can take the information out the back through these pins here and maybe look for, I'll just put this card out here to play because, you know, why not? And maybe look for a way of using this information. Let's just see if we can actually take the signal out first and get it hooked up to an Arduino IDE and get some sense out of it. So as well as the reading, we'll actually get some information, we'll see if it corresponds to what's coming out of the module itself. Yep, so far so good. Bit of a strange one, this one in the end. What we've got here, the chip is supposedly like an STM32 style chip, and it takes the information coming out of the HC-SR04 ultrasonic module and converts it to these 3 digits, but at the same time it outputs it via serial, and it outputs it as a very strange string. So you've got your D, presumably that means distance, a full colon, then your 3 digits, and then like an end of message. And it just keeps repeating. It doesn't update that often. It's like every half a second, so practically useless. In terms of the information coming out of the module, it's very slow to update. So if you're going to use this in some sort of robot or something like that, it would be next to useless. And what I've had to do is I've had to take the byte that represents this data, convert it to a string, and then strip off just the 3 digits, and then use that in the Arduino, once it's been converted back to an integer again, to then make a determination for this 10-segment LED display. At the moment, I've got it every 3 centimeters from 27 centimeters onwards to increase this bar by 1. And not that you can see it, but there's a box here, an old PCBWay box, and it's firing off that. So it's currently 29 centimeters. I've tried to keep it as much as possible to the scale that's here. So let's move along and see what happens. So I'll just move it pretty slowly and we'll just see how it goes. It'd be nice if it was on a... Oh, that was really quick. So that's gone 26. That's the first bar. Now the LED display is a bit bright. I've got an array at the back, a resistor array, which is 1K, and I thought that would be enough to wind it back down. But in fact, those greens are a bit bright. Coming a bit closer. So 21, another one should kick in. There it is. 18, another one should kick in. There it is. 15, another one should kick in. And that's a bit hard to see, but it's a yellow. Going a bit closer, so after 12, we've got another yellow. After 9, we've got a third yellow. There it is. And then we should get a couple of reds at the end, indicating that we get closer and closer to that end point. So there's a red, and then we get down to 3. There's another red. So I'll put the code on the blog, and maybe just up here, just bits and pieces of it to show how that's been coded. But in the end, I think if you wanted to use this, although you might have this module in here, I'd probably pull the signals directly from the HC-SR04 and take that to the Nano or whatever microprocessor is doing, doing what you want with that data. It would be a lot faster than waiting for this thing to pump out some bizarre string every half a second or so. If you were using this to, pilot a robot or something, like a robot car, that would be pretty awful. I actually still want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to make a project that's sort of based on this, and I'll still have this in here because I think any human sitting in a car would probably like to see how far away they are from a wall. But I think the signal coming from here would be better to make the decisions about how that is piloted. If you want to see that project, then let me know in the comments below. And I think I'll make it. What I'd like to do is have the car come close, recognize that it's a certain distance, and then do the old beep, 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 backing up, and then turn around and then back up. So maybe two of these ultrasonic distance measuring devices to do that. I think that'd be a pretty cool project, actually. But in the meantime, you'd have to say it's that is enough that I can do at the moment. Given that it's the DirtyDozen, it's supposed to be a quick and easy video, and just showing how it can be used. But I think in the end, probably wouldn't use it in that way. That is the circuit working for this week. We'll see you next time.